meaning as
Basically,
yeah.
necessarily, I have to have future sentience for you to not unalive it, is what you're saying.
Say that one more time.
It's a necessary requirement for it to have future sentience, and that's enough to not unalive it, is what you're
That's
saying.
not no. Then that's why we keep getting mixed up. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying it's not necessary, but it's sufficient. So it's good enough reason as long as the property is there. Then you can't do it. It's not saying that if the property is missing, it's okay to still do that.
No, that is what you're saying. Either it's necessary for the property to be there, or it isn't. Like I don't
It's not
understand why you're
necessary. It's
either
sufficient.
it needs to have. Oh my goodness! Why are you making this so difficult? Either it needs to have future consciousness, or it doesn't. It's you're like what? What are you even trying to say? Like either it needs to have future sentence or it doesn't. There's only two possibilities.
You're
You're
right.
sufficient, necessary. It's just semantics to complicate the argument, and you're just trying to
Make it
confuse.
clear what I'm saying. Okay, I'm going to make it abundantly clear that I'm saying the fetus does not need. Okay, that's a necessary word. Need to have the property of having a future like mine to be morally valuable. But if the fetus has this property, that is good reason not to unalive it. That is the argument. Hence, a sufficient condition, not a necessary one.
Okay, so what you're saying is it doesn't need to have that to be morally valuable. What you're saying?
Yep.
So basically, what you're saying is if it doesn't have future sentience, then it's still morally valuable.
Yeah, you can have other reasons to value it, correct?
Okay, so what is the moral value in that living being? That sure is what you're saying.
Okay, so now we understand that. Just to be clear, we understand that your argument is saying it's necessary. It's very different than mine.
What is the moral value then? Which is what I've been trying to ask you.
Okay, so to be clear, your question is not in most cases, but in the very rare cases where a fetus doesn't have a future like mine, like it's born without a brain or something, what explains why unaliving it would be wrong? That's your question?
My question was, what is morally valuable about the fetus? Again,
No, I've given that. I've given why in most cases the fetus is morally valuable. Are you asking why in those cases that they don't have this property, why it'd be wrong?
Sure.
Oh, okay. So in the extreme minority of the cases, I think it'd be wrong for, some other reasons. I don't know if you want to get into them. I have religious reasons. I have just preferences against it.
God damn it. Then we have to ask you to prove your religion, but I don't even go there with you.
Well, I could give you a boring answer this is not important because I'm just saying I value a fetus if they don't have this property and you're like, oh, why? I'm interested. I just have a preference against it. Like you could say that. That's boring. I don't know why you'd ask that.
Wait, sorry, you said what? Sorry, I was a bit distracted by someone in the chat.
Anyone could just respond and just give you a bunch of uninteresting reasons, like talk about utility or they talk about just their desires and preferences. Like it's not an interesting question to ask.
Give me a moment. Let me just think about what you're saying. Goodness gracious, like you've just convoluted the argument so much. Like, good lord, it was so simple, and then you're like, actually, it doesn't have the sufficient and the necessary. Like, goodness gracious. Anyway,
To be clear, I joined this conversation. You asked if I was ready to be educated. I don't think this is how you thought the conversation was going to go.
I educated you. I mean, you had a few obvious, like points that you can explain. For example, why you still don't think women would be murderers who get abortions when that's exactly your value. Sorry, exactly your view. And as to why, in unfortunate cases of, rape, you'd still be forcing women to do that, which is truly deplorable. Like, I don't even think that you believe that. But by all means, if your daughter, in a very unfortunate case, is unfortunately raped, you'd be forcing her to carry that child to term. But you know what? Sure. Everyone in the chat who agrees with that, that's appalling. But I mean, if you want to go...
I wonder what the chat thinks. We should read the chat.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, what is the chat saying?
Chat, what do you guys think? Just curious what the chat thinks.
A lot of people obviously are, disagreeing, but it's like...
I've seen a lot of people say that they're pro-choice and that they actually do understand the person just said Glock W is pro-choice. But I mean, okay.
I mean, the argument's kind of like... it's a bit shaky, but,
It's shaky, But you were overly obnoxious and confident in the beginning of our conversation. I just hope you don't do that again with a random stranger.
What? I was. I mean, I was confident because obviously I, you know my stuff. But you just, I guess, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. What, bro? Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, just some people in the chat. Just give me a moment.
Yeah, take a minute. Do you have some water?
Huh? I'm fine. It's okay. I mean, in the meantime, you can maybe reflect on your morals in terms of, kind of forcing women to have to go through a lot of pain for multiple months on end.
Mm-hmm.
But
just to be clear too, if they're graped, right? Take the same 13-year-old and they're graped and they want to get an abortion 1 minute after the fetus has been sentient in the womb, you think they should sustain pregnancy against their will, correct?
you said if they've been sentient 1 minute after being, I mean, again, they definitely know they're pregnant way before that. So if they knew that, they would absolutely be able to get an abortion under my view and wouldn't have to go through the months of agony of having to literally be a factory for a baby, which they didn't even consent to. But you would.
I'm going to get the hypothetical again. You didn't answer. You did not answer. You didn't answer. So the hypothetical is saying,
like you're just bringing up silly points. Like they would know they were pregnant way before that.
They did know. It wasn't stipulated that they didn't know. So just hold on. The hypothetical.
Really? You really are going to like the ultimate extent to be dishonest. Like in what
dishonest.
Case would they not know they were?
I just want to show
24 to 28 weeks. Seriously?
Well, you're making these very strong points.
You make arguments so difficult when it's so simple. You're just over confusing it. God damn it.
Okay. The reason I'm bringing this up is because under both of our views, at some point, if a victim was raped and they wanted to get an abortion, under both of our views, they would have to sustain pregnancy. It's just at a different time.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so when you sit here, so I'm saying, take it that a girl was raped.
I think your one's kind of ridiculous, though.
Hold on. I'm in the middle of a sentence. Take it that a girl was raped. Take it that a 12-year-old teenager was raped, and she actually thought she might be able to do this and want to go through with it. And as soon as the fetus becomes sentient, whatever time that is under your view, she can't do it. The trauma is just too much. The trauma is too much. And under your view, she has to sustain pregnancy against her will. So, okay, same goes to your view. Thank you.
What? So are you being serious? Oh, so it just so happens right after sentence, so coincidentally. Oh my goodness, I'm going through so much trauma. I don't want this.
A minute after, a day after, a week after.
24 weeks, which is what? 24 weeks. What, 6 months of being pregnant? Then it's like, oh wow, oh my goodness, I don't wanna have this child all of a sudden. What? What type of even question is that? That's ridiculous. And you know it's ridiculous.
It's a question to show that under your view, they would have to sustain pregnancy against their will just at a different time.
You literally believe that women who have birth control are murderers. Come on now.
Again, running from like the fifth hypothetical of the conversation, but okay.
I mean, you just bring up silly arguments, like silly hypotheticals that are just so ridiculous when that never happens.
You know why?
What?
It's because they're entailments of your view. And if people are on the fence, they might favor my view over your view. My view has less entailments.
Yeah, I'm sure all the people are going to favor forcing, young girls to carry, babies to term against their will. Yeah, what an amazing view. All women are murderers who get abortions.
Your view has that as well.
IUDs, you are a murderer. Just know that if you're a woman who has an IUD, a form of birth control, you're actually a murderer. Just keep that in mind. That's her view right here. And I'm the one who's going out of it. She has to go to, well, if your baby was born without sentience, then became sentient for 1 minute, then magically didn't become Good Lord. Goodness.
Okay. Someone in the comments said no one is buying this pathetic virtue signaling, by the way. How do you feel about that?
No one's buying this is a virtue signaling. This is just basic human rights, I mean, listen, I understand that, after some individuals voted for a certain person with who knows how many felonies into president, they might not be as sympathetic to women, but listen, you got to understand that, women's rights are important. And I'm sure you guys have mothers, sisters, aunts, nieces. Would you really want them to go through that sort of pain? Well, be honest.
This is a debate. Why are you talking in the chat? Okay, let's move on. So to be clear, once at any point after the fetus is sentient, the woman has to sustain pregnancy, correct?
Yes, after long 24 weeks of basically 110% deciding whether she'd want to keep that baby or not. Plenty of time, not just magically switching.
Just answer the
immediately.
question. Like, do you think I'm going to sit up here and disagree that most people get abortions in the first trimester? I'm not disagreeing with that. So you don't have to do all this.
I mean, sure, yeah. I've already established that, yes, but it's like you phrase it in a way that's kind of ridiculous. That well, after this point, this and this, when you know that your view is just so inherently ridiculous that there's no way you can even,
Okay,
justify.
just so everyone hears how this conversation is going, I asked him if the fetus is sentient, does the mother have to stay in pregnancy? And his response ended with, "And your view is crazy." What the fuck does that answer?
What? No, I
You
responded
went
to
on
your
this rant and you ended off with,
I just want you to know that it is actually wild. Like on an actual level. Oh, my fault. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, sorry. On an actual level, as I was saying, yes. Come on now, like.
you got a notification that said end the live. I think your phone's overheating.
No, it was
Let's end
my
the
bad.
live.
Below 20%.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, sorry, my battery. But yeah, no, sorry. Just to keep in mind, you guys in the chat calling me virtue signaling for simply saying that I don't think that, young girls should be forced to carry pregnancies and that, sentience, past, present, and future sentience in conjunction is a valuable thing, which I think you guys would all agree with. It's either trolls or some people are just actually lost. And judging by the outcomes of the election, I think it might be the latter. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Glock, are you actually serious about your views? Like, especially as a woman, like, really?
Obviously.
Do you know anyone who's had to go through anything like that? Like, good Lord. Good Lord. Sufficient in this. Okay. So, I mean, yours is still ambiguous. She's going to mute, but her view is still ambiguous in terms of, like, what exactly she values, like, in terms of the fetus. Like, is it the fact that it's a unique, human life at conception? Or is it the fact that it might have a future sentience? Is it the fact that, I don't know. What does she value? We don't know. She's all over the place. Oh, I value the fact at conception. Oh, well, if it has a future sentience. Oh, okay, well, okay, so I don't know, but, bro tried to run. Bernie, I did not try to run. You guys are trolls. Like, I don't like it when people come on and you guys start trolling. I think Tashika could join, but she left. Oh, God, this dude. Oh, God, Fronesses, bro. Get back up here, Brody. Good Lord, why is he here?
You know, Tashika really likes me, by the way, because I think I pushed her off the bodily autonomy view. You should get her up here.
Really? She likes you?
Yes.
No way.
She's cool with me. I'm cool
Damn, I
with her.
saw her join previously, but I was going to speak to her, but I was in the middle of speaking to you, but then she... God, I actually want to see, like, you said you what? You pushed off what view?
Bodily. I know she made some announcement in her server that someone sent to me saying that she wishes all pro-lifers were like me and intelligent like me or something like that.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, you're better than Divine, You're all right, decent. Maybe slightly better than Divine. No offense to him. That's crazy. I mean, the bodily autonomy isn't the best argument. Let's be real.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but fair enough. Well, congratulations for that. Have you debated divine order ever?
I don't think so.
You haven't, or I mean, to be fair, you guys kind of in agreement about most things. So
I think we do agree, although he's kind of obnoxious. We do agree.
it's kind of obnoxious. I can attest to that. God damn it, divine, goodness gracious, man. Do you go live like a lot?
No, not anymore.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, this dude, bro. I don't want to bring this guy on. God, this dude is so annoying. Why is he here now? Guys, can you stop spam? Goodness, like,
Oh,
God.
I don't even know these people. That's so funny.
People spam so much. Like, you're just copying what the other guy is saying. Are you Christian, though?